Hello and welcome to this taste challenge. I have two Kentucky bourbon whiskeys. This is 10 high. I have a little bit left, not too much. 10 high sour mash bourbon whiskey with natural flavors. No age statement. Established 1879. No, actually 1934. But the parent company, Hiram Walker established in 1879. But Hiram Walker got bought out and was owned by Barton Distilling. And in 2009, Barton got bought by the Sazerac company. So it says on the side, Barton Distilling Company. We love to hear from our customer, Sazerac.com. So it's Sazerac. Okay, Ronnie, yes. Hello, Ron. Hope you're doing well. Hello to you, Ronnie. Oh, and I wanted to ask you a question. Okay, Kentucky, genuine Kentucky bourbon whiskey, distilled in Kentucky. Hello, Blackhawk Snape. Thumbs up. This is from WD Liquors, Winn-Dixie Liquors, their headquarters in Florida. They're owned by Aldi as of 2024. Now, Winn-Dixie was established in 1955, but I don't know if they had a private label bourbon since then, but they may have because they've been doing that since I was a little kid. They had WD bourbon when I was 5 years old. Thank you. All right. Let's look at well, I'll pour it and then we'll look at the websites. So they're from the same parent company because Wide World Distillers is a division of Sazerac. It's just it's sort of like one of their private label divisions. They probably handle all the accounts at Winn-Dixie. Might have a team that works for Wide World Distillers, but it's the same company. No, I mean, I left Beer Talk Messenger group in a bit of a rash decision. If you don't mind, you can add me back in. I was kind of cleaning house. Oh, okay. I'll do that later today or tomorrow morning. All right. No problem. No problem. And you got to join some hangouts, though. Okay. You're welcome. Appearance, well, it's the same. Amber. Not copper, but amber. I'm a little short on the WD. I thought that was WD. Okay, so yeah, I know I haven't joined in a while. That's all right, but that's really the purpose of Beer Talk is to coordinate the hangouts. Of course, we do other things besides beer, but that's the main focus. You know that. Okay, so all right, here goes the screen share. There is no website for 10 High. There was years ago, but not for many years. WD Liquors, Winn-Dixie whiskey. You can only buy it at Winn-Dixie. Makes sense. You have to have an ID for purchasing it. Also makes sense. Unless you're obviously not 21 like myself. And it doesn't really make sense. And you can only buy it in the store. You can't get it for curbside pickup or delivery while supplies last, quantities last. So it's still in stock as of today. Now, if you go there Saturday morning, you'll notice it might be wiped out because Friday night people can buy mega amounts of it. But they'll restock it, 10 High. I've got the Walmart website up. It costs 8 cents more for the same size big bottle. Now you can buy the glass bottles. If you go to Mathern's, they got the glass bottle and these big ones. And they run around the same price, maybe, 74, but it isn't much more. But some people would rather drink than have to go to Walmart. I know some people, they're like, I'll pay the extra. I ain't going to Walmart. All right, Walmart like 6 or 7 in the morning. Not so bad. When you go to Walmart at 6:15 in the morning, it's actually not bad. All right, except me and a few other customers. It's very quiet. All right, so there's 10 High. 10 High is carefully matured in white oak barrels to create a smooth, distinctive bourbon. Most bourbon is aged in white oak, and all bourbon is aged in oak. That's all. The classic flavors of American whiskey make 10 High the perfect fit for. Now, see, they're claiming it's a perfect fit for any occasion. Now, that's a bold statement. Is 80 proof. Okay, well, so just think, you can buy the perfect fit bourbon that will be the perfect fit for only $16.27 for this huge bottle. Sounds too hard to believe, right? I agree, it is too hard to believe. Octavian says, I'll drink to that. And we got a lot of good comments. Walmart might be good at 6 in the morning. It is. Now, 6 in the evening, you won't see me there. 6 o'clock a.m., 7 a.m., at the latest 7:30, you might see me there. Then I'm out. I mean, I've gone there in the afternoon in a pinch, but I try to avoid it. Okay, it's beautiful, clear skies. It's very dry. It's too dry. We need rain. There's sort of a red flag warning right now for anybody trying to start a fire. Don't start a fire. Don't burn trash because it's too windy and it's too dry, and you'll start a huge fire. So it's 60. It is 67 degrees. Got up to 69, but never made it to 70, and the temperature's dropping now. They say it's going to get down to 55, but usually it goes a little lower, so it'll probably be more like 53. AccuWeather is not quite accurate. Usually it's about 2 degrees colder than they'll predict. So they're saying, like I said, 55 tonight, probably be 53. That's my guess. I'll check. Okay. All right. Let's get the show on the road. Yeah. Sweet corn, charred oak, vanilla, honeysuckle nectar. Same old repetitive bourbon aromas and flavors. Not that they're bad aromas and flavors, but they're repetitive. Every bourbon I try is like the same thing. Kind of like beer. All right. Not exactly the same thing, but generally the same thing. Yeah. Charred oak, sweet corn, almost like roasted corn. Honeysuckle nectar. Now, only thing I'm going to be looking for to differentiate here is the sourdough bagel. Oh, doggone it. I knew I was forgetting something today. I forgot to buy the bagels. They're on sale for $1.99. Oh, golly gee. I'm going to have to buy them tomorrow. I kept thinking I'm forgetting something. The bagels. Okay. That's why you make a list. Okay. All right, taste time. I don't know why it smells smoky. Is there some residual something in this glass from a mezcal tasting one day? Could be in my mind. All right, taste time. Cheers. Cheers. Maybe a little sourdough. I don't know. I, I really think these are going to be close because they're from the same people, more or less. And they got different specs. I mean, they're both 80 proof, but this one's aged 3 years and this one's at least 4 years because it's got no age statement. So if there's no age statement, it has to be at least 4 years. It may not be a second longer than 4, but we know this is 3. It says it on the bottle, aged 3 years. Yeah. Hmm. Maybe a little bland here. It's kind of got a little roughness to it, a little choppiness to it, like little chops. Uh, Thumbs up to you. This one is smoother, and I think it might have that natural flavors added. Now you say, I thought bourbon couldn't have flavoring added. Well, that's right. You can't sell bourbon with natural flavors. I mean, I'm sorry, you can't sell flavor bourbon. But this doesn't say it's a flavor bourbon. It says a bourbon with natural flavors. Now that might you might say that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. That's a totally ridiculous differentiation. I agree with that, but it's allowed because I see it all the time. Kentucky Tavern bourbon with natural flavors. 10 High bourbon with natural flavors. Um, Thinking of a third brand. I can't recall it. It's a third one. That's not important. And then I had that Stillhouse bourbon, not with natural flavors. No, but bourbon with coffee beans put in it. They rest it with coffee beans, then they filter it out. Black coffee beans, so it tastes like bourbon with black coffee. All right, so it's all a sham, really. These, if you have regulations and there's all kind of little loopholes around it, I mean, why even have the regulation? Just say, okay, you can't add flavoring unless you put it on the label. That would clear up all the confusion. Sounds decent, huh? Yeah, it's decent. These are decent, but they're nothing to brag about. Obviously, $15.99 at the high, or 16.27, $16.27. We're talking about big jug bottles now. You can't expect much, but they're not bad. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like, oh, they're bad. Oh, it's so bad. What is the world coming to? Bourbon should not be like this. This is an atrocity. I'm so offended. I'm triggered. Give me some help. I need help, people. It's like, no, it's just sort of ordinary. I mean, they got ordinary beer on the market. They got ordinary coffee on the market. They got ordinary wine on the market. They got ordinary bourbon on the market. Nobody's going to buy this and brag about it. They might even buy it and be ashamed about it and try to hide it when their friends come over because they don't want their friends to know they're drinking it. I wouldn't hide it because I wouldn't care if you got, like, if you thought that was funny, like, look what you're drinking. I wouldn't care. You don't buy my food. I don't buy your food or products. Um, I might get this one wrong because they are so close. I'm telling you right now. Now I know this one has no flavoring at it because it got nothing on there about flavoring. Just the flavor is kind of toothpicky. All right, okay. I think this is the Winn-Dixie to my right, your left as you're watching, but because I think it's got a little bit of that bitiness to it, which you would not detect in the 10. I think that's why they add in the flavoring, probably vanilla flavoring, to cover up any bitiness or to try to obscure it. Oh, it's the 10 high. Well, now I got two wrong in this challenge series. I don't know. I don't know the total number. It's like 10-2. It's like 10 wins, 2 losses, I believe. I'll go back and check 10-2. Well, guess what? The 2 I got wrong were the 2 that was so close. Both 80 proof, both from the same company, both aged 3 or 4 years, just so basic. So you get these basic products and it's hard to tell apart. Who got it again today? Playing some video games, says Joe Cobb. Video games? I used to have friends that played those and all, but I never could get into it because I wasn't good at it. And I just didn't have interest in it. But I know a lot of people are into video games. Do you think the sour mash really impacts the flavor all that much? Says Craft Beer Tastic. Well, it didn't make a difference now. Here, I couldn't tell it apart. Usually I think it does, but it could be a cognitive thing. It could be a mental thing where I'm not even right. They can be addicting. You got to be careful. Yeah, I know. I think they're designed that way. They're designed that way to keep you going back, and you got to get to the next level. Oh, I got to diamond. I'm at diamond. I'm at diamond. How many of y'all are at diamond? And that kind of stuff. So, but I'm just not into it. If you like it, I'm not opposed to it. If people like video games, I'm not opposed to it. I'm just not. I don't play it. I never did. Like even in the 70s, 80s. I mean, I would tinker with it, play around with it, but to deal with it any serious way, no, I never did. Sorry, I just didn't. I would read books about history and stuff like that, which I guess most people are not interested in doing. My mother used to say, you're going to marry a woman named Betty Atlas. Betty Atlas. She said, because all you do is you look at a book of maps. Like she would see me looking at a book of maps of countries in the world. And I said, I would like to marry somebody like that if that's what she liked to do, look at maps. In-game microtransactions have really made modern video games dangerous, says Craft Beer Tastic. Yeah, all that kind of cognitive manipulation. I can see where they're like designed to get you addicted. All right, and you play for like 9 hours overnight. You don't even realize, you think it was like 90 minutes. All right. Well, I'm sorry, folks. I got it wrong, but I tried the best I could. Just didn't work out. But people are saying nobody even cares about these 2 products. I don't even know why you did the video. I mean, you could make that point, but then that would break down because I could say, yeah, but you're not compelled to watch it. And secondly, there are 2 consumer products that are available, especially in Louisiana, pretty commonly. I don't know about Mississippi or, whatever, but so it's like saying, but then the same person saying that would say, oh, look at this awesome taste challenge between these 2 exquisite craft beers that everybody cannot get. Yeah, well, then what's the point of that? 99% of people can't get the stuff. You had to wait in line at 5 a.m. to get it. You could argue it that way. So I don't care. They're on the market here. They're not rare here. I'm talking about, I live 20 miles west of New Orleans, Louisiana. They're common here. Common. I mean, like, you could buy them with no effort. You could put virtually no effort. Now, I already said earlier, they're not anything great, but I'm not going to sit there and say they're bad because they're not. if you drink them in isolation and really think about it and break it down, they come out pretty high. So even my friend David had to admit that he liked it. He just didn't like the plastic bottle. I said, yeah, but when I went to Total Wine, they didn't have the glass. They were out of the glass. They stock it, but they didn't have it in stock at that time. So he was like, I don't like the plastic. So he took some of it and he did like it, but he gave me the rest. He was like, you could have it back because I don't like the plastic. I said, okay, it's not going to affect it, but no problem, no harm, no foul. But if you're like real funny about the plastic, you can buy this in glass easily. It's $9.99. I mean, that's cheap for bourbon, $9.99. All right, we all take care. Thumbs up. We'll be back in about an hour and 15 minutes. Hopefully, 1 hour and 15 minutes for an examination of Paulaner. Now, Paulaner is an awesome beer company from Germany. They're world famous, right? Oh, man. Oh, well. Got it wrong. Now, tomorrow, I hope I get it right. But that's going to be tough, too, because I'm doing Jethro T. Boots. And that's got no age statement. It's sour mash, Kentucky straight, but it's straight bourbon whiskey. Now, that could make a difference. It's straight bourbon. There's no flavoring or coloring added. This never claims to be straight bourbon. It just say bourbon with natural flavors. Okay, so they're just telling you, like, yeah, that's what you're getting. But doesn't seem to affect the sales. People buy it off the shelf. But they buy it a lot. But because that's so small, nobody reads that. I read it because it's like a hobby to me. But this little like tiny print, people do not read that. They see bourbon and so they buy it. Okay, Jethro T. Boots. I think I'll get it right, but it could be a challenge. And then we got Stedman Select, which I cannot imagine getting that wrong because that's 86 proof. It's a higher proof. It's sour mash. Although it is only aged 3 years, but I can't. I don't see getting that wrong. All right, we all take care now, and yes, I have some more reviews coming up. At least one more review coming up tomorrow, a recorded review coming up tomorrow. It's already scheduled. It'll be out early when everybody's asleep. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you watching my reviews. I'm glad you like them. We almost to the 14th anniversary. Almost to the 14th anniversary, if you can believe it. I think it's been a good start. A good start. That's the way I look at it. A good start. All right. Bye-bye, y'all. Bye. Take care now.